Hey guys, Yxlarb here, and welcome back to my cars walkthrough. In the last episode, we completed Lizzie's postcard hunt, one of my least favorite mini games in this entire game. But that's okay, because we are here at the finale now, where things are actually back to normal, basically. And before we actually get into the bulk of that, I want to talk about something that a friend of mine told me about not too long ago. So I've probably made several complaints in this series. I've made this complaint at least once, in where there's no real easy way to get to Tailfin Pass, for example. Tailfin Pass, I have kind of a hard time traversing. It takes a while. I mean, it could take you 5 to 10 full minutes of driving to get from here, or from Ornament Valley all the way to Tailfin Pass. And I feel like that's ridiculous, just because there's nothing really to entice you to make that drive besides just the fun of free roam. However, stay in Chapter 5. You can transport to races from the map. I thought this was just to show you, but no. If you go over here to Tailfin Pass Grand Prix and you click it, it takes you straight to that event. Now, this isn't an actual real teleportation system, but basically you enter the race, and if it's a race you've already completed like this, or even when you haven't completed it yet and you just don't want to do it yet, all you have to do is wait for the loading screen to finish, which is just so unbelievably long, and then just quit. And then you will end up back here in Tailfin Pass. Now, this is an incredible feature. I have been playing this game for how many years now? Probably at least 6 or 7 years. I don't know exactly, but either way, here we are. Look at this. We are up here at Tailfin Pass, and although the loading screen does take a while, it's definitely faster to do that. Now, if you're talking about something like going from here all the way down to Radiator Springs again, would it be faster to reset the game and then just respawn there at Radiator Springs, or actually use the teleportation system and wait for 2 long loading screens? That one I haven't tested, but I honestly think it would be faster to just reset the game and come back in Radiator Springs, but that's just me. Either way, we don't really have to worry about that today because we're entering a race here. We are going to the final Piston Cup race, the Los Angeles International Speedway. Now here comes the bad news. So basically what you're thinking is, what's the point of free roam, really? You know, it's like, okay, let's say the Ornament Valley Grand Prix is the next race that we just unlocked. We're like, oh, let's go there. If it's a brand new race, you can't teleport to it. However, if you go to another chapter, like Chapter 3, for instance, you have Ornament Valley Circuit, which is right next to that event. You can just teleport to that event. I really don't understand the point. I mean, maybe, when you're entering a new area for the first time, like Tailfin Pass, it makes sense that they don't allow you to teleport to the first mission there. But, I don't know. Either way, right now we're just going to teleport to the Radiator Springs Grand Prix, because apparently we can't transport to brand new events. But whatever, we'll give them a pass on this one. Alright, well, I teleported back down here, and I accidentally made it nighttime, but that's okay. We'll live. Knocking some cans over. Here's the final event.
Oh my goodness.
We're entering it nighttime, but I don't think that's going to affect too much. Anyway, like I said before, we only needed 145. We got almost 100 more trophy points than we needed. Like I said, you really don't have to worry about it. And this game could realistically be finished in probably just a couple hours if you only do the bare minimum. And that's what I do sometimes, but not today.
This is it, Mac.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the matter?
End of the season and all. I'm just gonna miss this, that's all.
Ah, come on, Mac. You know that a champion has to go back the following season to defend his trophy, right? You and I got plenty more road to travel, partner.
And here we are. Win this race to finish the story. And all we have to do apparently is land in the top 3 and we still win. But whatever. This is actually one of my favorite Piston Cup races. Although the track isn't your standard oval, it's still really nice. You don't really have to worry about the corners too much. They're actually pretty fair, especially if you know about the tilt feature. You know, you're basically pretty solid. Yeah, here we go. My God, it's just boxing me in there, man. Whatever. Either way, we got, you know, the standard old 12 laps. We're probably gonna smoke chicken this one, and we definitely want another first place victory. Obviously, since this is a 100% walkthrough, I haven't let any second or third place victories count as victories. I restart immediately, and that's because you don't get all the trophy points. But also, if I wasn't doing that anyway, I still would restart the race. I've just always been that way. I mean, every Need for Speed game I've ever played, if it's not first place, even if it allows me to progress in the story, it's not enough. I have to have first place every time. It's just how I am. But anyway, I can't believe we're actually here so quick. I mean, I knew it was going to be a shorter series, but it just seemed to happen so fast. Even though, you know, there were breaks in there, and I gotta say, you know, especially here near the end, it definitely wasn't a good scenario, you know, with the LSAT especially coming up, the Law School Admission Test. That's coming up later in September, and I'm actually going to make an update today. I don't know when you're going to see it, probably the day after you see this, but it's going to be a very important update, and if you don't pay attention to Facebook especially, you're going to want to watch it and listen to what I have to say. But don't worry, we're not going away. We're not quitting out on YouTube. That's definitely the last thing we want to do. But Bosniancheese is back in town now. I just started up my senior year of school and got that LSAT coming up, so I mean, things are really getting pretty serious around here. It's probably, you know, the most important year of my life thus far. You know, it's really going to determine what my future will be, based on how well I can do on the LSAT and stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk more about the game. This is probably one of those tracks where you can hit 200 miles an hour. So let's see. Right here, we should have no problem hitting 200. Oh, come on. How did that happen? We dropped 2 miles an hour for no reason. Alright, we're gonna keep trying. But anyway, this is, like I said before at the very beginning of this series, this was my most popular walkthrough back in the day. This was the walkthrough that people came to my channel to see. And I honestly don't know why. I don't know what makes my particular series so spectacular that people want to watch it over and over and over again. But it's beyond flattering, and I'm definitely humbled by it. And people were very upset with me when I deleted the old series. They were like, what the heck? I wanted to watch that series again. I wasn't done with that. There it was, 200 miles an hour. I saw it. Or I wasn't done with that series yet or something. But I hope you guys understand by now at least, because we're almost at 1 year mark. September 14th is going to be our 1 year mark. Coming back to YouTube, and wow, that was really bad. We went way out of the grass. And we wanted a fresh start. We didn't want, you know, our past baggage and all that to influence what was going on next. Now, of course, you know, we wanted our past experience to influence us in a positive way, but we definitely wanted to start over totally fresh, not have to worry about anything else, and just progress forward, only look forward at that point. And so that's what we've been doing. Now, I've told people from the beginning, you know, whether it's, you know, whether it's concerning this game or some other game I've done in the past, it's most likely going to come back. If I liked the game, you know, 2 to 4 years ago, enough to do a walkthrough on it, that's probably still true today. I can think of very few games I did walkthroughs on that I don't want to do another walkthrough on. Cars is a prime example. I did this one a long time ago, and I'm glad I'm doing it again. Not only because, you know, it satisfies my audience, because, you know, this is what the people have wanted for a bit, for, you know, several months, at least 6 months. People have been asking about this constantly. So I'm glad I can give it to you guys finally. But I've also been wanting to play it for a while. You know, it's just one of those games. It's really just a silly, silly game. It's kind of funny how bad it is sometimes, but it's one of those games I grew up with, I loved, and, you know, I just can't let it go, really. You know, it's not like it's really done anything for me in my life. It's not done anything to change my outlook on the world or anything like that. It's just one of those games, you know, if I'm sick or staying at home from school for whatever reason, I'll just throw it in my GameCube and just beat it, not by 100%, but just beat it in a couple hours and then just not touch it again for a year. It's just one of those games I can revisit every year or two and just play through again. It's just a fun game in that way. I'm sure everyone has a game like that that does something like that for them, something similar. But anyway, yeah, this is a. I don't really have a. This isn't a huge complaint about the finale, but basically this is the last Piston Cup race. We spoke to Chick last, during the Grand Prix races, which feels like it was forever ago, but really just a couple videos ago. And we don't talk to him at all. After this race, we don't see him, we don't talk to him, we don't really get any sort of closure besides the fact that we do win the Piston Cup race, And obviously, I'm racing. I'm the one holding the controller. I'm going to win. No doubt about that. But yeah, I always found that kind of problematic. In the first Piston Cup race, you see a cutscene immediately with Chick. Same thing with Doc's challenge. At the end of Doc's challenge, you see Chick there, and you see him immediately afterwards, and you have that whole drama with Mac and the delinquent road hazards and all that. And then you win this last race, which is supposed to be like the finale to your challenge against Chick, and then you have no sort of confrontation with Chick afterwards. No humbling of Chick, no talking down at him or anything like that. It just kind of happens. You just kind of win. It's like you're expecting it the whole game, and you've been working for it the whole game. It just happens real quick. So yeah, and this is honestly one of the easier Piston Cup races. I say the hardest one is the third one. I can't remember what the name of that one is specifically, but the third one I hate. I hate the track shape of it so much. But the first one and this one are probably the easiest ones. This one's really quite simple. As you can see, I haven't lost my lead since being in first at all. In most other tracks, at least, I've been, I was constantly losing my lead, dropping to second and third, either because of mistakes or just because the AI was so good during those particular races. But yeah, whatever. Either way, we're gonna win this race. We already had our pit stop. I was thinking about saving the pit stop for, lap 11, but really we were doing so well, I had no worries. And did that say cross the finish line while tilting? Because I definitely didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. Whatever. With how many problems this game has, I honestly wouldn't be surprised by any of it. Now, if you guys haven't actually played this game yourself, but are still watching, I recommend playing it. It's definitely one of those games. It's not perfectly polished. It's not an amazing game, but it's definitely a fun little game you can play. I mean, especially, like, if you're a car fan, it's kind of fun to play this game and see what all the cars resemble. Like recognizing Doc Hudson or recognizing the Sally's a Porsche. That sort of thing excites me. I'm weird like that, but whatever. Chick got third place as per usual, so we'll just congratulate him on that and take our trophy. And that's 100%. We have everything, including 260,000 bonus points, which is just insanity.
You be careful out there, son.
Ah, come on, Doc. I'm a veteran of the road now. A seasoned traveler.
You still don't have headlights.
Don't you worry, Doc. I'll take care of it.
And if you get stuck again?
I'm not gonna get stuck.
Well, if you do, I'll be there to help you out.
Thanks, Mater.
So, where are we going anyway?
I don't know. Wherever the road takes us, I guess. It's a pretty big country.
Now, just to clarify, I didn't mean that there was no closure to this game. I just meant there was no closure with Chick. There wasn't even a mention of Chick in those last two cutscenes. But whatever, we can live with that. Anyway, I think I've already made some of these points to people in comments at least, but I've never seen or played Cars 2 or seen any of the little spin-off series or small movies or played any of the other spin-off games. I have not played any other Cars game or watched any other Cars movie besides the first ones. So basically, I don't know if Cars 2 follows the storyline of this particular game. You know, they're talking about traveling to see the country or going somewhere else. I don't know anything about that. I don't have a clue what goes on in Cars 2. And it's not that I don't have an interest to watch it. It's just that I haven't heard as good of stuff about Cars 2 as I have Cars 1. And I'm just really bad about watching new stuff. I mean, I tend to hang on to nostalgia for a long time. I just tend to play the same games that I had when I was younger and watch the same movies that I've been doing for however long. Unless it's a series that I'm really committed to, I won't usually watch or play new stuff. But that's just me. I usually get tempted to or convinced to at some point. So, I mean, if you guys feel like spoiling Cars 2 or anything like that to me, don't feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel bad about it. Normally, I wouldn't say that, but here, it's okay. I mean, if it's going to help explain the finale here, the final cutscene, I think I'd be totally okay with that. Anyway, I really had fun doing this series. It was really fun to play it again. I actually haven't played this game since I did the last walkthrough of it. Or at least not fully to the end, and definitely not to 100% like I did this time. But it was definitely fun. I really cannot wait to get to the next series. Yeah, it's just, there's something so satisfying about finishing a phase. Now, for those who watch this on Facebook or just listen to me talk about all the series that are going on, I love using the word phase for what's happening. So, for example, Cars, Minecraft, and Forza Motorsport 6. When those all start up around the same time, that's the beginning of a phase. And they all usually end at the same time. Now, Forza 6 wasn't actually planned on being ended so early, but there is a reason to it, and you'll find out why in the next phase. But this video is not the update video. You are going to want to watch the update video that comes out tomorrow. I'm going to be recording it right after this, actually, and you're going to see it tomorrow. And you're really going to want to watch it because some of it is bad news. Now, like I said, we're not leaving YouTube. We're going to stick around. But with how crazy things are right now, we're definitely going to have to take a step back and figure some stuff out before continuing. But there will be a continue. I, in fact, have a date for that continuation. So it is coming. Don't you dare worry about that. All right? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of the cutscenes. And I'll see you guys in that update video. If not, I'll see you in the next series. Bye.
Ooh, I almost forgot. Did you pack your trophy?
Yeah,
Where is it?
don't worry. It's in a good place.